Welcome to the Planet Paintball podcast, the ultimate podcast for paintball enthusiasts. Each week, we dive into the world of paintball, bringing you stories, insights, and tips from players, coaches, and industry insiders. Sponsored by 1023 Sportswear. Looking for high-quality gear that performs as hard as you do? Check out 1023 Sportswear. And as a listener of the Planet Paintball podcast, you can get 20% off your order with the code Planet Paintball. Suit up, save big, and play your best.
Welcome to the Planet Paintball podcast. Today I have Ben from Flycan Media. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you, Hunter. I appreciate you having me on today.
So where are you reporting to us from?
Right now, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, my new residency. I just moved here from Los Angeles at the beginning of February. New chapter in life, focusing on a career, and been commuting out here for the past year and a half. This is where the business is based out of. So, it was just it was time for change. California is getting a little crazy, and I feel that more of my focus is dedicated for this area compared to the madness from back home.
Okay, that's saying something for Vegas. Yeah. So how'd you find paintball, man?
I used to play paintball recreationally when I was 13, back in, 2003.
Oh, yeah.
Played a couple rec matches during high school, really enjoyed it. Was very tempted and didn't really step into speedball until I was about 29, 30 years old. I lied. I was like 31 years old.
Okay.
Didn't get back into paintball until then. We started a D5 team. Was awesome. Learning about the community, just all these amazing people that I've met throughout every tournament, practice, just chat that I'm in. And once I started having a little bit more health issues, I focused and started having more dedication towards media.
Okay. So how long have you been doing the media side of it?
I started in 2023, and the first time recording was just fun. I went to WCPPL Championship out in Ambush, recorded a few teams, put together a few videos, and everyone seemed to start to like the vibe and energy that they were bringing. So I just kept continuing, kept riding the wave, and it's been going good so far.
Nice.
Been going great, actually.
So is Flycan your full-time gig now?
Absolutely. Right now, I do have some part-time gigs out here in Las Vegas, but right now, fully dedicated to Flycan Media.
Okay, nice.
It's more of a diverse company. We also focus on real estate media, lifestyle media, family media.
Okay. So I saw the website and saw some of the real estate stuff you're doing. So
Yes.
Well, who we got there?
Oh, you see? Oh, she's mad. She's mad. I didn't warn her that she was going to be on camera. No, that's my 20-year-old cat. Yeah, her name's Bagheera. She's 20 years old, still kicking in there.
They last a while, the cats.
Very bipolar. Usually I have to hold her for 30 minutes a day, but right now,
A little camera shy.
Soft spot. Yeah.
So you started at the WCCL or PL? Mike Kinman's?
Yeah, Mike Kinman's out there in SoCal. He's about to have the season opener at the world famous SC Village down in Corona. That league is very interesting. There's a lot of heavy hitters that come in and put on a great show for everyone to watch.
So do you just do team by team media? Do you do part of the live stream for them?
So I just do individual work for team media or individual players. I have a few that are local out here in Vegas, teams and individual players that go out there almost every single event. The Vegas Brawlers, previously known as the Yetis, but now known as Shockwave. Also, Avery Nguyen, the Hermesis 1v1 champion. He's one of my biggest supporters and good friends out here in Vegas. And I would probably say that partially of my success in media has become or is from his talent.
Okay.
So I greatly appreciate his friendship.
Giving you lots of good clips?
Yeah, absolutely. If he's not shooting me on the side.
It happens.
But it's okay. I forgive him.
So what events are you covering this year outside of the West Coast events?
So besides WCPPL and the local ASG events, I'm covering all the NXL events. Recently, I just came back from Tampa. I covered the Shock organization that's run by Todd and Tammy Adamson. She handles the Femme Fatales as well. Such a great organization. The structure is phenomenal, not only between the coaches and the players, but just the bonds that they all have.
Nice.
So I covered mostly the Shock organization, a few individual players as well. Avery was out there with LA Collision. There was a few WNXL teams and individual players that I did. Normally, I would like to get as much as a wide variety, just so people could not just see, I would say, the top heavy hitters of the paintball industry or community, but just also everyone that's involved in making the sport grow.
Nice. And Tammy just started that thing, Paintball with a Purpose, right?
But yes, absolutely. I feel like that's one thing that not only the paintball industry needed, but almost every industry does, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I think organizations like that are really fundamental to not only growth, but just helping people find something, you know?
Absolutely. And knowing that it's ran by the Adamson family, there's just beyond so much potential that's going to be backed by it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really glad they not only came back in, that they kind of took the big step they did with bringing back Shock into the pros. So
absolutely, it's been a blessing and a great opportunity to be a part of that.
So when you're shooting for these, you do some drone stuff, right? But do you also do other stuff? Sorry, cut out there. So
no, you're all right. Besides the drones and the videography, I also do photography as well.
Okay.
Right now, I know there's some new technology coming out with the little micro lenses inside the goggles where it gives you the full first person view as if you're playing like a badass 007 game back in the day or Call of Duty. Haven't really ventured off into that yet, but I really do enjoy making, I would say, my cinematic emotional videos for the teams and individual players.
Okay. So do you feel like you really like the editing side of it?
Yeah, the editing and the post-production, it's relaxing.
Okay.
I would say it's like a yoga for me. I have a history of music production. When I was 18, I started going to school up in Monterey. That was like a huge passion of mine, creating electronic music and just different types of sounds. I really wanted to go professional in that career, but it was just not the scene for me. I couldn't keep up with drinking Red Bulls when people were partying too hard. So it was just not my cup of tea anymore. But I do still enjoy making my own sounds and producing on the side. I feel like that's always developed and created my passion of creativity of like now editing these videos and creating somewhat of like a music video type for these players. And it's fun. I'm having a great time doing it. And I feel that it's not work at all. A lot of people see me running halfway down the field, dying, and thank God there's only been one time where I've actually had to be like helped and carried to the canopy.
No.
But, even though it looks like I am dying out there, sprinting back and forth from the pro field all the way to like the divisional fields, I'm having a great time. And that's what life is all about.
Yeah. Well, there's the NXL events are something else. Like it's hard to put it into words, really. Even with seeing the cool drone footage and stuff from it, like you really need to go to one to kind of experience how large they are.
Oh, absolutely. It's a completely different environment from just local tournaments. Have all these amazing players worldwide that come in. I knew some players from France and Europe that came in for the Tampa Bay tournament, and it was amazing to see them there.
Yeah, that's well, and with the Tauntauns being back, I think that's going to be a great storyline. Them hunting for that U.S. win,
But yes, absolutely. Get a little bit more diversity of the athletes that's been in the pro division and those players for the past, I would say 5 years, ever since 2020.
Yeah, there's outside of the teams coming up and getting spots, there hasn't been a lot of turnover athlete-wise. So you're looking at maybe 10, 20 new guys a year, right? And then I think even, well, maybe we got 20 this year with the Sea Dogs and Leverage coming in. But a lot of the NYX guys even got picked up,
They did.
So speaking of which, I see you got a Corey Hall shock jersey behind you.
Yeah, Corey Hall, literally one of my biggest supporters. I still owe him a round of golf at the country club. Yeah, I owe him a round of golf. If he watches this, Corey, I promise, I haven't forgotten. Yeah, Corey is a great friend, great supporter, and I appreciate him.
So when did you take this step into like doing the drone stuff?
Well, initially, that's what Flycan Media was only going to be prioritized on, was just flying the drones and getting those cinematic shots. Since, Fly Canada was already taken by the airlines, when people ask me like, oh, how'd you come up with, like, what's Flycan Media? Like, how'd you come up with that? I'm not the biggest fan of heights. And if you know me, have ever been on an airplane with me, I'm not the best person to be airplane with. So someone took my fear of flying with, my heritage of being Canadian and just combined it together and just found the strength from it.
Nice.
But with flying drones, initially it started with just flying drones. Once I realized the U.S. aviation system and people aren't really fond of the drones in certain areas, I had to pick up the camera and started taking the photos and video.
Okay. How was that kind of transition?
A little more painful. I had to be on the field, and that's when I started getting shot a lot more.
Okay.
So
fair.
it was, I would say it was a better transition because I'm on the field again. I'm in front row right there with the refs and the pro players and all these amazing athletes, watching them entertain the whole entire world and showing off their phenomenal skills. And being able to have the opportunity to record it myself and document that history, I feel like it just brings value to not only paintball, but to the community as well.
Okay. Do you have like a favorite kind of format to kind of produce with your material? Like, do you like doing the shorts? Do you like doing the long form?
I would like to say, since my habit with not only just creating videos, but with everything in life, I don't want to say I set the bar too high for myself, but I would like to make sure that I don't just provide just like a normal double for dinner. I provide a filet mignon.
Okay.
Like, I would rather provide high quality work than just something that's been repetitive over and over again, like running just the breakouts, running to the bunkers. And there's only so much you could receive or even record with some of these layouts that happen. You're always not going to get, Alex Goldman running down the snake and bunkering Nick Sloviak and last year at Cub. It's just not always going to happen. Some of these layouts are always cross-field shots. So it's always a good challenge, I feel like, to my creativity when I go to these different tournaments and layouts and recording the teams, and I would say it gives me more of a challenge. And I would say that's why it does take me some time to, create the quality work, then put in that extra effort.
So when someone hires you, are you just doing raw footage? It sounds like you're doing edits for them too.
So when a team hires me, we discuss priorities and specs of what they would want for the tournament. I always like to provide pictures and photos because, their mom, dad, grandpa, or grandparents are still alive. They would love always to see photos or have them posted on refrigerators. So I always think about the family members and get the photos in. But then also do the raw footage if that's what That's the only material that they would like, all they're receiving. If they would like an edited video, they'll have received an edited video as well. Just the preferences of what they would like for that tournament.
So are you doing any like season long compilations, if you will, with teams where you're embedding?
Yes, I am. For Dub C, I'm going to be covering Thomas Taylor in the Iconic team with his son, Keith Taylor.
That'll be a good story.
Absolutely. That organization and family bonding is beyond words I could even describe. Super humble. Every one of those teammates and family members and coaches, that's a great organization to record and provide history in the making for them. They're going to be playing all WCPPLs. Heath as well is going to be playing in the NXL events as well. Thomas Taylor is a part of the shop organization. So it's I would say I'm very blessed to have just this complete umbrella, I would say, of teams and amazing people that are just all a part of one big family.
Okay.
I do have Avery Nguyen playing for a few teams this year for WCPPL. He's playing for Fear, located out in Southern California. They practice at SC Village and Jungle Island. Amazing team and organization that they have, coached by Dan Lee. He's also playing for Los Angeles Collision under Mike Hinman, for NXL under Semi-Pro.
Okay.
They did an amazing job and made it to Sunday for the first time being a semi-pro team. I know they have a couple players from the old Ology team. They have Ben Challenger. They have David Ramirez. A lot of OG players from that left Aftermath to go start the organization.
Those guys came back. So, and Collision is one of those names that's been around for a hot minute, but it seems like a new Collision, if you will.
It does.
This year.
It does seem a brand new energy has been brought in by them, and it's going to be very exciting to see the spiciness that they bring this year to NXL.
I like that spiciness. So the semi-pro overall, I think it's been deep for the last couple of years. I think people really misinterpreted when Blast Camp and Fit went up that it was going to be this easy run into a pro spot, and I'm just seeing the semi-pro league get deeper and deeper.
Absolutely. During the year of Fit and Blast Camp, it brought a lot more attention towards the drive and the aggressiveness of wanting that pro spot, not only between those two teams, but a lot of other teams that have been in the semi-pro division, like the KC All-Stars. Now the Sea Dogs are in the pro division, but they were working very hard. Oh boy, just a bunch of teams in semi-pro that are very, very talented.
Yeah. So with Shock, you spend most of the time with them when you're at those big events, since you're covering all the teams?
Absolutely. And mostly this year, 75% mostly covering the Shock organizations at the NXL.
And then Collision, you got any others that are running with you all year there?
So with Collision, I have Avery on that team, and I do have some lower division teams that won't be making it to every single event, but I do have some, I would say, normal clientele that I will be covering at the NXL events this year.
Okay. Cool.
This year, I really wanted to focus on providing a higher standard and quality work for the teams that I'm covering. So just wanted to make it a little interesting this year with some of the things that I have planned.
Okay. So without giving away all the secrets, what does that kind of entail?
I do have a few projects coming up with individual players that I interviewed and documented for past almost a year and a half now since I've been doing media. And it's just something I've been creating, just like a storybook. One of my favorite authors is J.R.R. Tolkien, and he made 3 books out of the Lord of the Rings. So I take that as one of the biggest influences of my life. And the masterpiece that he created wasn't turned over to social media the very next day just to get some views. It was created to have appreciation of the art, and that's what really also inspires me as a creator to provide the quality into all of my work that I provide to each of my clients.
And then you said you're out in Vegas. What are you doing in between events when you aren't editing? Because you have the real estate side, right?
Yes, sir. So I have a couple friends that have been powerlifting for a few years. One of my great buddies who's a Army vet, he just started his journey into powerlifting and training individual clients. So I've been helping him, also doing help with some social media management. So the view that you see right now is where I mainly am glued to this chair for almost 80% of the day, if I'm not holding the beautiful queen wherever she's been running around to. Other than that, I have been traveling back and forth to SoCal for some part-time work as well. I do spend a lot of time with my family and some of my close friends out there.
Nice.
I feel that if you can't step away from not only work and the stress that you're dealing with to enjoy the little things in life, family is a big thing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those breaks that people need. If I'm not working on anything, I'm taking a break with my family and enjoying the little things in life.
Awesome. Yeah. Balance is something that I think our culture is starting to understand that it needs, right?
Absolutely. I feel like we've been misinformed on how to balance life and happiness ever since we've been born. And that's something that it's either self-taught, it has to be self-taught to yourself, because the mind is a very powerful thing.
So I'm a teacher during the day, and I was just telling my kids this, that your mind is your most powerful tool, and your self-talk is really important and can really make drastic changes to you.
Even the simplest words to yourself, telling you in the mirror, hey, it's going to be okay. Bad day. It's not a bad life. Maybe confused. It's okay. How are you going to turn this around, though, to better yourself? So when you do face these challenges later in the future, which is a lot of challenges that we deal with in life are repetitive. It's how we face them to better ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome that you're a teacher, man.
Well, thanks. It's
what grade do you teach, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so I've shifted a little bit. I shift every year. I specialize in students with dyslexia.
Nice.
So, reading language-based difficulties, very smart kids though.
Good deeds every day.
Yeah. And
that's awesome.
This year I got third grade all the way up to sixth grade is my highest that I'm going this year. Okay. Normally I do dabble in the seventh grade, and then every now and then I'll take an eighth grade class. But what's nice about where I work is every year it changes. So it's not fifth grade history every year. It's something different.
Okay, yeah, social studies is always one of my favorite categories.
Yeah, I am a history teacher, but I do science and other stuff too.
Nice. Hey man, good for you. That's awesome.
Keeps me young and active, that's for sure.
Keeps you entertained as well.
Yeah.
I know those darn kids, but still.
I'm going to be able to write a book for sure at one point.
No, that's awesome, man. Hey, that's awesome for the kids. Absolutely.
So do you get to play anymore, or do you play anymore?
So most of the reason why I started focusing on media more is that at the end of 2023, I had a few incidents on the field where I fell on my shoulder, was out for commission on the injured list for a few months, injured my shoulder again at the Dub C Championship. I decided to pick up the camera and started filming at the very next year at the beginning of 2024. It was a decision I had to make when my cardiologist told me, hey man, your heart's been dropping 10% for the past 2 years in its function. whatever you have been doing for physical activity, you need to stop. She didn't know I was playing paintball. She would probably keep me hostage there if she knew, but
Wow.
it was probably the best physical shape that I've been in during and after my heart incident. It was a decision I had to make, continue to play on the field or focus on media. And I think focusing on media was probably the best thing in my life to do and to proceed.
Well, it's
I
obviously
met,
gotten you here, right? In this new
I do,
chapter.
yeah, I do play a few points here and there. Last year, I only played 5 practice points for fun. A little disappointing because I was the one guy bringing the most boxes of paint I ever brought to practice was 4 boxes, and I'd probably shoot almost 95% of that paint.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's a big practice.
I miss it out there. So it's okay. I do get to have some fun, get some spins in with some good people. So I do get out there sometimes.
Nice. And you get to stay in the culture. So what about the culture and the people in the sport made you want to stick around and do the media?
It was huge when I got interested in paintball in 2003. It was such a cool thing to have like a hobby with. That was pretty low key. Not a lot. It didn't seem like a lot of people were interested in paintball because they viewed it as a violent sport. Nowadays, obviously, it's different. You can't freeze your paintballs and get extremely hurt like you could 20 years ago. But yes, it is an aggressive sport, but it does help people and change people. And with everyone who I've met through playing, through media, it's been a life-changing experience. I would say it's been a life-changing experience that's provided not only help like a part of my career, it's helped me start new chapters in life, new friendships, new bonds of networking and appreciation. I feel that really paintball has directed me in a new path in life, and I wouldn't change the world for it. If you see me dying on that field, know that it's okay. He's fine. He's happy. Maybe get him some sugar, but maybe get him a Pepsi, but he's doing okay. He's happy. So I feel that with this community, it's a very small, but it's very big hearted as well. There's so many people you would never guess that are extremely humble and that will give a lending hand for anything at the drop of a pin. And some people who I've brought out from different parts of the country to come play paintball at these practices are kind of in shock when random people just say, oh yeah, here, use my paintball gun. It's like $2,000. He's like, oh, this is nice of them. Like, yeah, it's all about having fun. I feel like that's what we're there for. And that's what it should continue to focus on as a main priority is having fun. Yes, for the business side, there's the business side, but in general, we can't lose that focus on it being fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I think once you lose that focus on it being fun, it can affect you in other ways. So
passion dissolves and you're just left there questioning, well, why did I do this for the past so and so years?
yeah.
But I would say I would not change or give up anything that I've done and contributed for paintball in the past few years.
Nice. So take me through your jerseys, man. You got some cool ones back there.
So I have, oh man. So of course I have the legendary Corey Hall, plays for Chicago Aftershock, great guy from Southern California. I have Miss Haley Leva from previously known Cheetahs. She is coaching this year, not really stepping away from playing as much in the WNXL, but she's coaching a few teams in Texas. Great person, great friend. Roxy is an OG femme fatale player from Southern California, one of the best WNXL players and friends that I have, and I appreciate her and Andy, her husband, so much. The Northern Lights was the first WNXL pro team to let me have the honor of being their media sponsor for the first year I did media in 2024.
Nice.
Great group of ladies from Canada. Could never have enough words of appreciation I have for them and how they started and helped me create my journey in media. And I know I've been covering her, but Miss Flash Mercedes de Sol from Femme Fatales is one of the fastest players to ever jump off the box in the WNXL, hands down. I have proof of it. She's a great player, great athlete, and an amazing friend to have. I do have a few more jerseys that are on the other side. I have my main paintball squeeze, Mr. Grayson Gladstone.
Okay.
He started coaching us. He was actually our D5 coach when the first year I started playing competitive paintball, and I developed a great friendship with him ever since then. And it's really a blessing to be able to take media of him when he's playing on the pro field and just seeing how far I've progressed in the paintball community since the beginning till now. So he's a great supporter and friend, and I appreciate his friendship and him being here as well. And have lots of other jerseys that are coming. I think I'm not going to tell anyone. I did tell people one day and went live of where I buy these frames from. I'm not going to say it anymore because you snooze, you lose. But I think I bought out the store's frames. And,
Yeah.
Since Vegas is such a small area, I have to go buy frames in Southern California when I go visit because I know there's multiple targets out there compared to here.
Okay, nice. How's the paintball scene been out there? Do you go out to the local Vegas fields?
I do. Right now there's two facilities out here in Vegas. There's Combat Zone that's just in South Vegas near South Point Casino. And then the newest field that's being renovated right now that I'm having the pleasure of providing a documentary of the renovation project is going to be called Summerlin Paintball Park in Summerlin, Nevada, which is just west of the Strip. It's about a 15-minute drive from the Strip, not too
Pretty
far.
good location.
But 25 minutes is a long drive to these desert people anyway, so it's okay for us city folk. That's just a one-way drive to the donut store. Okay.
That's cool.
No, go ahead.
Go.
Oh, no. So the facility is going to be opening up soon in the springtime. Everyone's looking forward to it. It's a brand new scene, brand new field. The speedball arena overlooks the entire Vegas Strip in Valley area. It's going to be amazing when they have Glow Ball there, starting when they have it. Can't really say the date yet, but it's going to be a surprise. But that's one of the cool features that's going to be provided at that facility. Travis Carl, the field owner, is a great guy and an amazing person to have reconstructed the paintball, I would say, community and area in Vegas. So it's going to be a great year for Vegas paintball.
Awesome. I think it's awesome that you get to document like the rebirth of a field too.
Absolutely. Field of Dreams was one of my favorite movies growing up. Kevin Costner, great actor. So when this opportunity was provided to me, it's the first thing that popped in my head. So
Field of Dreams.
It was Field of Dreams. It was a blessing, and almost every time I see him, I said, hey, if you build it, they will come. And almost each time I'm at a different paintball park or facility or practice, one or two people ask me, hey, when's SPP opening up? when's the Vegas park opening up? Like, we're going to stay at your place when we go. I'm like, no, you're not, but you're more than welcome to come out and play.
Gotta have a full house.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I just think that's awesome. And the fact that the speedball will have the backdrop of the Vegas Strip. Like,
oh, just one of a kind. Cool.
Yeah.
I feel that just alone, that would bring so much attraction from all different athletes around the world. Why not?
Yeah. Well, it's from a pitcher standpoint too. Like, that's gonna look really awesome, especially the night glow ball that will be with the lights on the strip in the background. Oh my gosh.
It's an absolute game changer. Absolute game changer.
Yeah, that's can't wait to see it. Like it's that.
Sometimes I just don't like talking about it because people are just, is it opening up yet? Soon.
Man,
Very soon. They're putting a lot of hard work and energy into that facility. So it's going to be really great when they open it up.
Yeah. You're gonna have so many cool shots, dude.
No, it's going to be, I can't wait until, what I really can't wait for is 4th of July.
Yeah.
See those cinematic shots with the fireworks going off. I will definitely take the risk of losing a drone for that shot being in the firework, but for the love of the video, that's what I like to say.
Nice. How many do you have? More than one drone?
I do. I have 2 drones. I have the DJI mini set. I have the 2, and I have the 3.
Okay. What made you go towards those for people that might be looking to get into it?
It was the most convenient in the beginning. It was just a hobby. Flycan Media wasn't really taken serious to the extent of turning it around into a business. So when I bought these drones, they're great for beginner drones. But if you know how to play video games, Call of Duty, fly the helicopter, it is so simple. It is not rocket science at all. It took me 2 days to start flying, like if I would start racing the drones.
Okay. Nice.
I've only had one crash and had to send in the drone for maintenance. I broke the leg, but the views that you receive from just those angles, the bird eye views of, not only I started flying it in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and it just brought a different perception of life. Like, we're so small.
Yeah.
And that just made me realize, like, not only just the littlest thing that we think is like causing such a big problem in our life, take a look from a different perception. And it's just, just look at this view, and it changes everything.
Yeah.
So little things in life that could just change and make a big drastic impact on you.
Like that. That reminds me of one of my favorite quotes, and I can't remember. It's a comedian who does it, and I can't remember his name. But the bit is, you think you're in a city, you need to zoom out. You're on a rock flying through space. And like, to me, it's always been like, that's perfect. Like, when things are really rough, just zoom out, man. Like, you'll see it. These are little things in comparison, and there's a way through it.
Absolutely. And I feel I've really appreciated drone flying since then. It makes me look at the bigger pictures. Obviously, the bigger views now. I would love to start traveling if I could get the medication right, to where I fall asleep before the airplane takes off and wake up and say, oh, we're in Japan. Nice. Good. It's not going to happen, but hopefully one day we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I would really love to visit these not only exotic countries, but all these countries that they film these great movies in, like The Lord of the Rings in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Germany and see all these old infrastructures back during the World War II areas and get the footage of that. The different views. It's something you got to go for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta go
I've
for
heard
it.
New Zealand is just epic. So I have a cousin who is a boat captain, and he lives a very interesting life, and he does these old sailboats that have been converted into research vessels for scientists. But they switch captains ever so often. He got off the boat in New Zealand and got to spend like a month there, traveling around in a van.
Nice.
He just talking to him about it, I was like, man, I really want to find a way over to New Zealand at some point. It just seems like it's one of those spots you got to almost see with your own eyes, you know?
It's like one of those peaceful places that's drawing your energy towards it. You're just a magnet. Hey, one day, I'm sorry, but one day I'll be there.
How far do you end up traveling or what's the furthest you've traveled for paintball or media?
The furthest is, I would say Atlantic City is the farthest. It's a little bit farther than Florida and Tampa and Orlando. So yeah, last year when I had my first pro media event for the NXL, I went to Atlantic City for the Mid-Atlantic tournament. It was great. It provided a lot of open doors and opportunities for me. This year, at the end of last year, the Hormesis finale was supposed to be taken in Thailand. We were going to go out there for Avery, but with some unfortunate circumstances, they changed it, and now it's going to be in Alabama.
Yeah, you're coming close to my neck of the woods.
It's a win-win for me. Short plane ride and good food in Alabama, so I'm great on this. Don't have to get on a 25-hour plane ride or adventure to Thailand. I'm okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Not disappointed at all. I know Avery's a little disappointed, but it's okay. Kid's gonna do good.
Yeah. Well, Prime's a good location. It's one of those field of dreams locations. You know, the owner built it and they will come.
I've heard it has the best grass.
That's what I hear.
Play on.
I have not got to play, but
that's one thing that everyone says. Oh, dude, it has best layout and grass. Might have to take my shoes off and ground myself with the earth when I go out there.
There you go. So that's coming up in like 55 days, right? Or so?
Should be up there.
Okay. Around there.
It should be up there, coming close. Yes. It should be coming close.
Okay.
I can't really see a specific date right now, or don't. I know it's close. I know for sure it is.
So do you fly out for practices with the pro squads or any of the other squads and film that stuff too?
Some of the local, if I could drive to the local practices, either out here in Vegas or SoCal, I will commute out there during the weekends. Even if it's just for a couple hours, I'll drive out there and come back.
Okay.
Before Tampa, I went to Dallas at Giant Party Sports Park in that area with Shock, and they practiced against AC Diesel. The Femme Fatales were out there also working on drills and coordination, preparing for the tournament. It was a great experience to have with the team, not just being able to be there, but just to experience the bonding that they have, not only with each other, but with the coaches as well. It's a real family. It's a family oriented organization. Yeah. I'm retarded sometimes.
What is one of the teams that you look forward to, maybe outside of Shock filming?
One of the teams I look forward to, I'm really looking forward to not only some of the individual players. Can't keep bragging about Avery.
Hey,
I give
that
him
all the love.
He sucks. Sometimes he sucks at practice. He does. Yeah. Not good at one-on-ones at all. I'm really looking forward to the iconic organization under Thomas Taylor.
Okay.
He is a phenomenal player after just having the experience training under his dad, but the people that he's been surrounded with his whole entire life, with his dad being on all these great teams, it's given him the great advantage and opportunity to go to the level that he wants to. So being able to be at that beginning of the Taylor history of paintball it's just an amazing and valuable feeling to have and to look forward to seeing the great matches that this kid and his team provides for everybody. They work very hard, so driven with dedication and ambition. They're what I would really call they are a paintball organization.
Nice. Yeah, they seem to put in the work. You know, they like you said, they've had a lot of these opportunities that maybe the other kids his age don't get, but he has really, him and the rest of the kids on that team seem to seize the day with it and really not take it for granted and put in the work.
Absolutely.
Oh, that is, and I'm not to play on words, but like it is iconic branding. Whoever they did to do that really did a good job.
I bet you it was like a Pixar moment. Let's name the movie Toy Story. Perfect. Story about toys. No, it's very catchy. The Taylors are a great family and just really appreciate the Taylors as well.
And they bring like the whole tribe out, don't they, for those events?
Oh, this year they're bringing out 2 squads for WCPPL. Last year they brought out the original iconic team that won in 2023 at World Cup. They put on a good performance at WC last year. They made a standing and put their foot in the door in the West Coast Paintball League. So this year, with 2 strong lines going in, I know that they're having Max from Florida, who's playing on the Shock Semi-Pro. He's coming in and playing with Keith as well for their top line. So that's going to be very interesting and entertaining to have those 2 killers out there on the field. I know that one ex-Femme Fatale player, Little Cat, is going to be playing on their other division line with her boyfriend. So looking forward to seeing those 2 in action. It's always great seeing them. So it's just really a blessing this year to have these 2 organizations with amazing people to be filming and documenting their history.
What is, if someone sees this and they aren't familiar with your stuff, what is one piece that you would tell people to go and check out?
I would say the most easiest way to understand what Flycan Media does is do not go to my Instagram.
Okay.
You want to see the true Flycan Media perception to the world and what the whole business is about, because it is not just about these professional athletes and paintball. It is a diverse business that we focus on other media outlets for and provide services to. So I would say I would always recommend the website first for professionalism, www.flycanmedia.com. And also, everyone nowadays is just super glued to social media, and before they even ask you for a phone number, they say, "Oh, what's your Instagram?" and already have it out in the search bar. Oh, well, Flycan Media pops up. This is amazing work, or this sucks.
Hopefully not. Your stuff is really good.
No one's been too harsh at all. Maybe some of my close friends, but you know, that's always tough love.
Yeah, that's the people you want the tough love from, though.
Absolutely.
And
no sugarcoating.
Yeah. The website looks very, very professional. Like I can tell you put you or whoever did the website put a lot of thought into it, and it definitely comes through. What's a other project outside of paintball that you're looking forward to? We talked a little bit about your buddy who's doing the powerlifting.
Right now, he's one of the individuals that I would really love to focus on this year. Also, besides paintball, the concept that he has behind his brand and the motivation for his clientele, it's more of a straightforward concept to really not beat around the bush into why you're thinking of these excuses that you're giving yourself to not give your life any motivation, or why you're not going to the gym every day to work out, or why you're not eating healthy. You're just providing all these excuses for yourself, and you're just becoming too comfortable. And the concept that he has about just changing the thought process of all these individual people that he's now training. It's amazing. I see that it's just a good deed helping. It's really a good deed that he's doing every single day with these people and changing their lives, like for the better, healthy wise, mentally and physically. I also have a buddy that's a professional car drifter. He has an amazing team that he's recently put together. They travel nationally, always going to Fuel Fest that has these amazing drivers, and one of his youngest drivers on his team is a 15-year-old who is now winning competitions in Southern California.
Wow.
I do not know how that is legal, but I guess
can't even
there
legally
is
drive.
some permission slips were signed for him to draw. It's amazing. California. But those are some of my two projects that I'm really looking forward to this year. They're both driven on motivation, help, and also just giving back to people. You know, I've always said that good people need to take care of good people no matter what, because it's so easy. It's so easy to put somebody down, but it's a lot easier to smile and tell someone, hey, have a good day.
Yeah. The negativity that you spew out eats away at you too, right?
Absolutely.
Like, even if someone's being negative to you, if you can just move past it and move on, like, you're going to be better off for it. And if you feel the notion to be negative to someone else, like, it's going to eat at you. It's going to do something to you. I'm not talking about, if you're on the field and you're getting hyped, I get it. Like, that's different. But outside of the field, outside of the nets,
Absolutely. Outside of the nets, everyone should be hugging, having a non-alcoholic beer after a little smoothie, saying, hey, that was a great match, guys. It's like, how are we going to do to make it better next time? Because really, at the end of the day, it is entertainment for the fans as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a job for these individual athletes, but they are providing, professional service of sportsmanship and entertainment.
Yeah. Man, we are right at an hour, which is where I've kind of been keeping these at. It doesn't feel like we've done an hour, but we have.
It does not. It does not. Time flies when you're having fun.
That's
and
right.
That's what life's all about. Having fun and enjoying the little things.
Well, I would love to have you back on later in the season.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And maybe
love to continue.
Talk about some other stuff that's gone down. He can kind of report on the West Coast for me.
But yes, definitely. We have so we do have the NXL Atlantic City coming up at the beginning of May. So hopefully hopefully this upcoming month when they have their practice, I'm not too sure where they disclose the practice yet, but hopefully it's going to be a spicy one this year. I always like to say, I hope for a spicy one in Atlantic City. So I would love to come back and continue the journey and update you and let you know how things go.
Awesome. Well, just hang out for a little, shout out all the handles, anyone you want to shout out real quick.
So obviously, hands down, I would love to say thank you to Todd and Tammy Adamson and to the Shock and Femme Fatale organization. They've provided so much for me, and I cannot be more grateful than ever. Thank you for all the teams and everyone who's provided support physically, mentally, everyone that shares my videos, even if it's not of them, everyone who clicks that like button, that follow, just everyone who shows me love at the tournament, the refs, my buddy AV, he should be the next NXL head ref on the pro field. They always provide and give me water and snacks, and it's so nice to have that in a community. So shout out to the community for always keeping me on my feet, healthy-wise, and I really wouldn't be doing this media if it wasn't for my buddy Kurt and my buddy Andy. That's Roxy's husband, Andy.
Okay.
They were the ones who pushed me in the beginning to take that jump. And I'm glad I took that jump. So those two are really the biggest ones I would like to say thank you to. And thank you to all the local teams out here in Vegas that were going to continue to have an amazing journey. Obviously, even though he sucks and he shoots me every win, I always appreciate your support.
Thanks for tuning in to the Planet Paintball podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Whether you're out there grinding in the divisional pits or chasing dreams on the pro stage, remember, it's all about the passion, the hustle, and the love for the sport. Shout out to 1023 Sportswear for sponsoring the show. Don't forget to use code Planet Paintball at checkout for 20% off your order. Gear up, save big. Until next time, keep grinding, keep growing, and we'll see you back here on the Planet Paintball podcast